These bright, bold, retro color pop designs are everywhere right now. I'm going to show you 5 design elements you can integrate into your motion graphics to make your very own. As a bonus, I'm also going to show you a way to make animating text even easier. Let's get into it. The first thing we notice with all of these designs is they have bright, bold colors and sharp lines. So that is what I'm going to group together for design element number 1. I am going to integrate this into my background and my text. So first of all, I am going to press this plus sign right here and type in background, and I'm going to drag this background shape into my composition. Then I'm just going to go to the fill, and I'm going to choose a very bright and bold blue, like so. And with my text tool selected, I'm going to type in my text. I'm going to align it. And if you were interested, this is the font I've used, and these are the values that I've got here. I'm also just going to rotate this slightly. So I'm going to choose a very bright pink for my text. And with the sharp lines that we talked about, I want to give my text a stroke. So I'll just come into the stroke tab and select this box. And I'll bring this stroke up really slightly up to 5.4. I'm going to have a few layers today, so I'm just going to keep organized. I'm going to create a group, name this text 1, drop my text into here, bring it above the background again. Second design element is very large strokes. So to do this, I am going to select my text and I'm going to right click and click copy one layer, and I'm just going to right click and paste. I'm just going to drag this under my text 1, and for now I'm going to hide the top one. Then I'm going to come into text 2, make sure my text is selected, and I'm going to right click over here and click make editable. Now I'm doing this because for some reason or another I cannot figure out how to add multi-strokes to my text layers. So if you know how, I want you to share with me that information down below, but this is the workaround I have for now. So what I've done here is made my text into a shape so I can add a stroke to this. So I'm going to go over with this selected over to stroke, and I'm going to come down here and click multi-stroke, and I'm just going to click stroke duplicator. And I'm doing stroke duplicator because I actually want to add a couple of strokes to this. So I'm going to click on stroke duplicator, and I'm just going to bring the stroke count down to 2. I only want 2 strokes. And on the width, I'm going to right click, add behavior, and I'm going to click stagger. And before I even jump onto that stagger, I'm going to right click on this color, click add an array, and click color array. Once again, I'm going to add one more bright color to this. I'm going to add it by clicking here, and on here I'm going to choose like a purple color. Now you can see I've only got 1 stroke showing up, so I'm going to come back to my stagger over here and start adjusting these values. I'll bring the minimum up to 91 and the maximum all the way up to 100, and you still can't see that second stroke color, and that's because we have to come into this graph and just click this. So if I turn my text layer on top now, we've got a very large stroke. I'm just going to adjust the strength, bring it down slightly. 78 works just fine. Design element number 3 are these retro stars that we have seen everywhere lately. Very easy to create in Cavalry. All I have to do is come down to this star, and I'm just going to click here, and I'm going to change the fill to white, and under shape I'm going to come down to radius, drag this down to about halfway, and I'm going to make the sides 4 instead of 5. And to give it that rounded look, I'm just going to go to deformers, and I'm going to go to bevel. On the bevel, I'm going to bring the radius down to 17. And on my star, I'm just going to click with a stroke, switch my stroke on, and I'm just going to, with my star selected, just align my star for now. And I just want to add a slight animation to my star. So with my star selected, and I'm just going to bring it out slightly to frame 2, I will just on the scale add a keyframe, then I'll come along slightly at frame 13, bring the scale down to 0, and I'll come out slightly again and bring it back to 1. Now to make this loop forever, all I'm going to do is select all of my keyframes here, right click, I'm going to go loop after and just click looping. And when I press play, it's going to go forever. Great, so once again, I'm going to just put my star layers in a group. Drag this out. I'm going to add both of these into here. Name the star, and I'm going to bring this up just so it's visible. But I'm going to duplicate this 4 more times. So I'm going to right click on it, press copy one layer, and I'm going to paste 1, 2, 3. So in a little while, I am going to move these stars around and kind of manually put them onto my animation. But I also want to show you how to create all the background stars that I don't care so much about them being in the exact place. So for now, I'm just going to hide everything that we've just made. But on this one, this star, I'm just going to come over here and click create a duplicator. And that straight off the bat has created lots of little stars that if I play through. But I don't want it to be in a grid. I'm going to come over to distribution and I'm going to bring this to random. And I'm going to bring the count all the way down to 8. I'm going to drag the size out so it covers the entire screen. And I'll do the same on the height. And I'm going to bring my duplicator under everything else so it's not on top of my text. And you can adjust this seed so your little stars will show up wherever you want. And if I press play now, the one thing that I don't like is that the timing is all exactly the same. So to change this, I'm just going to come down to shape, time, offset, and I'm going to right click, add behavior, and I'm going to add a stagger to that. And just on the stagger, I'm going to bring the strength up to about 150 and the maximum to about 13. So when I play through now, it's a random animation. So I'm just going to group this again because we are keeping organized. Design element number 4, I want to add a little bit of texture to my entire animation, and I'm going to do this by adding some grain. So first of all, I'm going to create one more group, drag it out. I'm going to put everything inside of that group. I'll rename this all, and I'm just going to select it, click filters, and go to grain. And these can all just be adjusted to whatever you're happy with. I don't like to have too much grain. I think it can be like really intense to have it flashing like this. So I'm just going to bring all of this down, bring the texture up slightly. Design element number 5, we are going to add a light sweep to this text. So I'm going to come down into my text layer 1. I'm going to click on it, and in filters, I'm going to click light sweep. If I select this and move this around, you see we've got this kind of light animation that you would have seen often, I'm sure. So I'm just going to change a few things over here. I'm going to bring the direction down ever so slightly. The cone width, I'll bring all the way down to 59, and I'm going to bring the cone percentage up to 100 to create that nice straight line. I'm going to bring the intensity up slightly to make it nice and bright and sharp, and then I'm just going to keyframe this. So around about frame 60, 57, I will move this off to the side and add a keyframe, and then I'll drag it out about 10 frames and bring it off to the side. And now if I press play, we have this streak of light coming across the text. Very cool. Now for the bonus, I'm going to show you a way to quickly animate this. Super easy. I'm just going to hide text 2 for now, and on text 1 I'm going to come down to string manipulators and I'm going to add a substring. So I'll come back to the beginning here, and on the string manipulator I'll make the end position 0. I'm going to put a keyframe in here, and I'll drag it out to about frame 55, and I'm going to bring this end position up to 17. Now if I press play, it's cool, it looks good, but you'll see that the G is still there. I don't like that. So to fix this, I'm going to come back to frame 1. I'm going to just exclude the end, I'll keyframe that and come forward a few frames, and I'll undo that. So now it starts from nothing. So I'll switch back on my second text. If I press play, it animates in, and I'm just going to animate my stroke in as well. So I'm going to bring this out to about here, and I'm going to drag my second text out to the start point so it's not there beforehand, and if I come on to the stagger, I'm going to go out to where I want its max width to be, right about here, and then I'm just going to keyframe on the string. I'll come back a few frames, bring it down to about halfway, and then come right down to the beginning, and I'll just drag it all the way down. Now if I press play, that animates in quite nicely. So you'll remember we made the stars. I'm just going to switch these ones on for now, and I'm just going to kind of manually place them. So I'm going to do it from when the text is fully up, and I'll just pull them out like so. And then I'm just going to kind of offset them. Star 1 can actually show up from there. We have a manual animation, and then I can just switch these stars back on. Where have they gone? Oh, they're just underneath the background. And that is 5 design elements for you. So that is it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye!